In which case, the following happens over the course of the hour. Actually, just for, I guess just for funsies, Des, since you're the one casting, and you are the one recalling the spirit back to the body, can you roll me just a simple insight check? Okay.
17.
Okay. In the order that things happened, you cast banishment on an undead body of Carter, removing Zurenhala from having that grip on it. And then you essentially barred it from raising again. However, as you are casting this, you notice that there is still an eerie footprint of his presence all along the body. All of the frostbite and the burns from the electricity notwithstanding, he looks like shit. I just have to explain, like, he's been buried under an avalanche. There's like several arm breaks, etc.
It closes
but
all mortal wounds.
It does. However, as you're kind of like looking at Carter, that eerie, you know how like when he was still alive and Zrinhala was possessing him, his eyes glowed brightly. Was one of the reasons that you guys got him the cool sunglasses. When you kind of like pull back his eye, because you can see the light still coming from there. You pull back his eyelids and there's still this weird, eerie, it's not even a milky white color, it's brighter than that. It's like iridescent almost. And although there's nothing necessarily to indicate that Zernhala is still possessing this body, it is still somewhat linked to it in some way. You don't sense anything, you don't sense a soul in the body, but you get the feeling that perhaps this isn't completely the end. You didn't just, like, cut it off.
Yeah, but at least with Carter back, he'll be able to keep a rein on it like he was doing before. That'll be fine.
True. It does bring up some other questions, though. I haven't heard Peep 1 since you did the thing with Thing. And I feel like he'd yell at me about that. So I think he's gone. Like, I can kind of feel it. There's like this kind of rough scab on my psyche. But maybe it was just like a single root, whereas he's a lot deeper in Carter.
Well, I mean, maybe when we actually put something back in Carter, like Carter, and then maybe it'll go away like yours is.
Maybe. Be enough to kind of flush out whatever's left with what we've got.
It did mention that yours kind of like to splinter and then come back together, so definitely don't write off your passenger too easily.
I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, he was pretty adamant about expressing his displeasure whenever we did that kind of stuff. I don't think he'd stay quiet for this long. But duly noted. I'll give a listen for it while I'm working later.
It'll be okay.
It would just be a real shame if, while we stored Ravenloft, suddenly your friend returns, you know?
I absolutely 100% believe that there are remnants of him still in Bitey. I mean, look at this. Well, no, I'm not going to unsheath it. The blade is still all black and nasty. It's definitely not the Bitey that I got from our good friend Tomas over there. So he's definitely still tied to that in some way. And I've still got those memories and that kind of lingering headache. But
I mean, I don't think he would mess anything up for us though at Ravenloft, because I mean, like Zurin and Hala said they don't like them, so they wouldn't want to make it harder for us, right?
Well, yes and no, because we were explicitly told by Zrinhala that if the seats open, they are going to be vying for it. So
Yeah,
there's a
but-
good chance he's waiting for us to do the dirty
he'll
work,
wait.
kind of like that guy was, and then swoop in to try to fill that role before Zrinhala comes back.
Right. But at least he'll wait until we're done, right?
Best case scenario, yes.
Either way, my deal with him, regardless of everything that's happened, was to get him out of here. If he comes back and we can get out of here, then that's just what it'll be. If he stays quiet until we strike Strahd dead, then I'll just take this gentle reprieve as a kind mercy and enjoy it for what it is. A moment to just be here and
And then we'll figure out how to get rid of him for real.
exactly.
Okay. I would say this is a conversation that would probably have to take place a little bit later because you're currently concentrating on casting, but it's very important to go through it anyways.
Busy.
But regardless,
Sorry.
you finish, and slowly you sense that there is an opening for a return. Now, I do want to ask Earth, since technically it's Earth's character, and I want to give you that option. Would Carter come back? Were he able?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Man,
Alright.
he's going to be super sore and probably not any good to the party for the rest of the campaign, but he is more than willing to not be dead.
He gets to join the B team and help protect our friends.
Right?
He
Yeah,
can have
he can help
Savids.
away
Oh, he's
from
got the sun sword. Well, do we want to bring that with us, or do we?
No, Carter's not going to take the sun sword to chill
we
with
need that.
with
We need
them.
that.
Yeah.
Then you get
Yeah.
the fun dagger from. Anyway,
As you guys are sitting here, the trees are no longer glowing blue with electricity. In fact, it is an eerily calm night after the amount of rain that you've had. It is overcast as it usually is. There's no light except for the soft light of desk casting, and there is a very warm, almost sunlight glow kind of pouring out of her palms as she sits and casts over Carter. And then in the last moment, as it's all tied together, the light slowly blinks out, and for a good moment, you guys are just in darkness. And then something interesting happens, which is that out from, not from the sky, not from some other unknown place, but from Will, who's standing on top of the rock, half looking around, half observing, there's a small speck of light that ascends from him, and then in a low, steady arc begins to drift over towards the body. And Des, I mean, it's up to you, but if you want, you could reach out and gently hold it, and then you can put it back in your friend.
Yeah, she'll reach out very gently and put her fingers around the glowing light and pull it down towards her. Just, alright, I promised to bring you back. And I didn't know if it was gonna work or if I would get the chance, but here's the chance. And just gently guides it down to Carter's body.
Okay. And as it sinks back in, Carter returns to the land of the living. And man, it feels like shit. The land of the living is not a good place to be.
He just went from like complete comfort as a spirit, chilling with Will, to every bit of wear and tear over the past week just hitting him all at once, huh? So he gets back
I
in.
mean, I just imagine somebody put you, like, scrunched you up like a weird, like, little stuffed animal and then put you in the dryer, except for instead of a dryer, it's like a freezer, but it still does the tumble setting.
God,
That's what
sounds
you've been.
horrible.
Anti-dryer.
Anti-dryer.
You were on the inside of an empty snowball going down the side of a mountain.
Carter doesn't open his eyes immediately. He just Oh fuck! Oh god, this sucks. Oh man.
Oh,
Wait,
I hear
okay.
you, brother.
Hold on.
It's so good to hear you.
You should be okay, although I know it doesn't feel like it. But you're not bleeding.
I got a couple of and he'll grab like I don't even know what it is. It was originally something on one of his gloves, but it's a tiny little like needle, and he'll put his hand on Carter. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him twice. With what I have.
Yes.
Actually,
And
I
I'm
have
gonna
plenty of
get-
higher level spells, so I'll just do a third to start off and see how it goes. But
Yeah.
Cray now has Cure Wounds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jess is going to do one healing word as well.
Okay. Oh, oops.
Did you see my message?
I did. I answered you.
Okie dokie. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then that, and that. Ah, balls. Okay, that's fine. It's unfortunate, but it's
Don't
what
worry
he's
about
rolling. I can pretty much assume what he sees. Something mystical that he doesn't understand. I was hoping for that natural 20. That natural 20 to give me that one like key insight into something, and I'll get it eventually. I just need to
Sure.
keep being given
You
opportunities.
need more times, you know. You need more shots at it.
Yeah, I'm feeling very much like Travis right now, trying to grab a soul.
Oh, there it is. God damn it, sorry. I'm messing Carter, I'm sorry, I'm messing with your thingy because for some reason it set your AC to 85. And I was
Okay.
like, that ain't
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That
that's what
sounds right.
happens if you tie the bubbles to the fields and then adjust the bubbles on the fly. And if the green
Yep.
one's the AC, and
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Just a moment while I give you back your character. Shit. God. What's your HP? 85. How much did you get back? It's a grand total of 14 plus
18.
35?
plus 11.
yeah,
Oh.
so 35 or 25 right now.
25. I can do maths.
We both just sort of like pat you and heal you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
As much as I can.
But the heal is nice, but with each pet, you just hear, oh.
Yeah.
Gentle.
Gentle.
Would you believe me if I told you that you sort of existed through an avalanche?
Existed through an avalanche. Yes.
He didn't live through it, obviously, but
Well, he was already dead, so technically it didn't kill him. So there's that.
He looks
He
over in
was
despair with like pleading in his eyes.
dead through an avalanche.
You have no idea how deep in the snow we were. The fact that he's not as a mark for the tenacity of that, whatever that was. How do you feel? Any tingles? Are we getting shocked touching him? Are his eyes glowing?
His eyes are still glowing, weirdly enough.
Same brightness or dimmer?
They're a little bit dimmer than before, but then you've seen the brightness shift. Specifically when he would use some of the powers granted to him by Strahd, they would glow brighter naturally. They do seem to be dimmer. So he's not, LED headlight you.
Oh God, can you just close maybe one of them and just maybe give him like an eye patch or something?
That's fine. I think it's pretty.
More
Do you feel any less well?
Yeah, exactly. You got it in one. I feel less well.
Oh, well, okay, no. You probably feel better, more well than you did before, though, when you were dead. Right?
Carter's like, debatable.
Spiritually speaking, I'm glad to see you guys like in the flesh. And he kind of cringes as he moves a little bit and he gets sore more, but he's like, it's really great, not existing as a ghost, but it didn't hurt as a ghost.
Well, yeah. Less pain receptors.
It was kind of weird watching everything happen, kind of like as a spectator and not a participant. But
yeah, that was weird. Could you hear me when we were talking? Or at least I was talking to
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah. He kind of coughs and like slowly sits up, trying his best to
come on.
do it in a way that he doesn't hurt himself. Is just I was kind of
She like
just
helps you sit up a little
lingering
bit.
the whole time.
Yeah, Will said that you were like he could talk to you, but only sometimes, and that he couldn't really tell you things. But I wasn't sure if that was actually true or if he just didn't want to.
It's weird to describe. I don't know because I'm not really a magic guy. I assume it might be close to how all of you get your shit back when you rest and you recoup.
I mean,
There was like a small window after that rest where we kind of could chit chat for a bit, interact, and I assume someone else is gonna slip into that slot, but
Maybe. Will, are you gonna get a new ghost?
there's just a slow nod.
classic Will.
Huh.
I mean, I
So
feel
weird.
it. In the morning, I'm kind of hazy until we eat. And while I'm doing that,
Can
I
you
feel
talk to
like
ghosts?
no, but all my gadgets are kind of like they're all usable most of the time. They just kind of need to be like activated in the morning, and I can only have so many on. So I use that time to kind of pick and choose which ones are on. And
Yeah.
the kind of haziness lets me be flexible there.
I think it probably also helps that this place is fucked up and cut off from everything else. When I died, I didn't really have anywhere to go. It's not a good feeling. I'm being
Yeah.
completely fucking honest here, but it worked out, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's get you back to the wine, the vineyard. I just want to call it a vineyard, but it's a vineyard. It's weird. Why is it wine from vineyard and not, anyway? Let's get you back
Because they're
there.
on a vine.
Let's get you hooked up with Flora. See what he can provide healing wise and resting wise and
Right.
shit.
And not
know.
here, because I don't like this place.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were gonna have to fight him and get away without fighting him that was good enough for me. This is. Do you realize that we started this day by slapping the shit out of one of the man brides of Strahd, sending him running, and then at the end of the day, we get our friend back.
Strahd kind of mean. Is he always that mean?
No, I mean, maybe. He was kind of chill, but I don't think he liked me dying. He wasn't really thrilled with that.
Well, neither were you, I suppose. I'm assuming. It's not like you chose to die.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not something I volunteer for. Wouldn't do again.
Definitely not.
I feel like third time's the charm, or like
Please don't.
the curse. I guess I don't want to die anymore.
Yeah, no,
Especially since that was about it. That was, I think, our last.
that was all we had.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I do know. Well, actually, no. I had taken them all out of there ahead of time. I didn't have any of the diamonds still in the bag.
Nope.
I
You
had
took them
reached
with you.
specifically for the diamonds and got burned by the flame skulls.
But we got diamonds.
But we got the diamonds.
And they were all necessary.
Every one of them. Yeah, well, Strahd's an arrogant son of a bitch who's been capturing people, bringing them here, and fighting them for years. No doubt, one or two of them brought a diamond to his big manor, and no doubt he has it, like, strewn about in
With
some
him.
gaudy statue, yeah, that we can just, like, go, oh, are those diamonds for eyes? And we're kind of having this conversation while we're climbing down with Carter, carefully. Oh, are those diamonds for eyes? Here, let me go ahead and I'm just going to pry those out. We're going to just take 10
You
minutes and
really-
grind those up with my magical
I mean-
grinder here. And
Really think he'd just like leave them laying around? Wouldn't he just keep them on his person?
I mean, you got to wonder how many diamonds does he have, and how many diamonds can one man carry? Like, you can wear what, like maybe
Depends.
20 rings if you're feeling pretty, not like using your hands. A diamond necklace, so we're talking maybe like 100, maybe 200 diamonds if you've got like a crown of diamonds or diamond armor.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
Probably no more than that.
I mean, he's probably got more than that. We had what, like 4? And we're just the past 6 months of entertainment. So you got Trapade, he's probably
Yeah, but we kind of took them from
Swimming
like
in
other
it.
people who were alive, and that was all they had.
they had done.
So, well, yeah, but I mean, if let's say at least like a generation or 2, and we found like 4. So like 4 every 2 generations. How long has he been here?
600 years?
I can't do math.
You can
I
roll a
can't
history
remember.
check.
Yeah, Cade can't remember. Cray would remember.
Cray would probably be able to, yeah.
That's
I will try to help,
Come
but
on.
roll 20 did not roll. There we go.
That's a 6. That was worse than man. I cannot remember jack shit of stuff here.
Wait, I mean,
Either way,
it's over 300.
it's over
You're
300
fairly
years. So I mean, we're looking at easily 10 iterations, maybe more. I mean,
so like 40 diamonds.
he's not gonna be.
He could wear that.
He's not gonna wear a suit of armor made of diamonds. He's just gonna have
He
like.
might.
That would
10
be a
of
power
them.
move.
He
If he was just walking around in diamonds while he's fucking with us, several of
They're
us
pretty
have
funny.
died multiple times. It'd be kind of like a real like T-pose moment if he just showed up in diamond armor.
Yep.
You're not wrong. That definitely would be. Oh, alright. Well,
Man,
cool.
Savid is gonna be so surprised. Well, I was gonna say he's gonna be so happy to see you, but I think he's gonna be more surprised because I don't think he expected us to come out here and come back with you.
No, I think he expected one of us to die. I think he always expected us to die.
Maybe. I mean, that's why we didn't really tell him what was going on before we just kind of ran.
Yeah, we kind of didn't give him any time. We're letting them kind of discuss what they're doing so that we don't know, so we can't,
Mhm.
inadvertently betray them.
Well, see, and that's what Carter is gonna do. You're gonna help be the lead man on Team B,
Well, here,
right?
yes, I do want that. I do.
So that you don't die anymore.
I feel like it's going to be a good 4 days before I'm really up to snuff here.
The other problem
Yeah, I remember that.
And he kind of looks you in the eyes. Your eyes are still glowing, which means that he's still there somehow. And he could come back angry, and if you're alone in the woods with everyone that we love, you could wolf out, and that could be a problem.
I mean, but he had a good hold on Zernhala before.
I know.
And what are we gonna do? Just let him go out in the woods by himself? I don't want that.
Moss.
We brought you back to life. Congratulations, GTFO.
You and Aris said
See ya, idiot.
You and Aris said something about a werewolf cave.
Werewolf
Mm,
cave?
Aris?
To Moss. This was to
Oh.
Moss. Something about a werewolf cave. That's where you guys went.
Oh yeah.
Came down
Oh.
there to tell us about?
Oh, you mean me and Eris?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a werewolf cave. I don't think they're looking for new. I don't think
Members?
they're looking for new members. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, if we had an arbitrary rating system of places to go that could have been called, I don't know, Yelp or Yelp or Yap, I would probably give it
Yelp.
a number out of like, I don't know.
7? I like 7.
No, it
Yeah,
would
700.
definitely
Seems a
be
little
lower
high.
than that. It would definitely be lower than that. It would be like 2, you know, because like the cages were okay and they had some fires going, but the whole thing about killing kids, really not my cup of tea. Don't
Oh,
think
no,
it'd
no,
be
no, no. I meant
Carter's cup of
out of
tea.
7. I thought you were looking at how many numbers out of... My bad. Misinterpreted.
Oh, it would still probably be like 1 or 2 out of 7.
I mean, I was just
4.
thinking, you know, because he's a werewolf and they're werewolves, and that way, if Zernhalla does decide to be angry werewolf, the only, you know, possible casualties are other werewolves, and potentially they
Well.
could help Carter learn to maybe understand the werewolf better. It could be a safer place than with the rest of our allies. I don't know. I'm
What if they
beyond
murder him?
beyond ecstatic. To have him back, 100%. I just don't know. I didn't expect this. This wasn't on this. I thought you were buried under 80 feet of snow.
He
Hey,
was,
same.
Me too.
and then he got out.
Yeah,
I also thought I was buried under an avalanche.
yeah.
What do I have on me? Like, is he dressed? Is he in armor? Like, what?
He
Probably had all your stuff, at least
well,
anything that didn't get knocked off. We didn't
he
take all
had-
your stuff, just some of it.
I mean, he doesn't.
Well-
It's not like he had a bunch of extra. Like, he had a handful of potions that I assume probably got annihilated in an avalanche. But like, he didn't really have anything other than his armor and weapons.
Sun
Like,
Sword
he had
was
not.
no
He
just
had
as
9 daggers. Does he still have 9 daggers?
The Sun Sword was what? Sorry, kid?
I have that.
You
Yes,
have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, it's
He also
difficult.
transformed.
He also transformed. This is where the difficulty comes in. Zrinhala, this is above the table. Zrinhala didn't transform you immediately. Zrinhala had approximately like a minute and a half of what the fuck, what's going on, why, after the amulet, not the amulet, what is it, the little
The
crown
circlet of
thing?
lasting.
The
Yeah.
circlet of lasting got knocked off, where
I know.
Zrinhala was literally like inside snow going, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, you know, Dumas style.
As you do.
Yes, you do. So a lot of shit got knocked off. Carter, roll me like a 1d20.
Let's luck roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
It's not.
You have 2 daggers that somehow managed to stay strapped to like the inside of like to your thigh, despite it all. But you are basically as well off as Savid and Cray were after
He does
that
have his
avalanche.
armor though, because it was made specifically.
It was made
to
for him
resist the werewolf
specifically.
transfer.
No, it definitely was. Unfortunately, that werewolf also spent a lot of time digging, like by hand or by paw, rather, itself out of an avalanche. And it did not care about armor.
Oh no.
So pieces of it are missing, I'm afraid.
In addition, I've heard tale, and I believe it was your tale, Tomas, and possibly Eris's, that he told many times in woeful kind of reverie. It was weird about his armor and his weapon, which I believe both could be utilized by our very dexterous friend Carter. He probably doesn't know how to use the weapon appropriately, but I don't know. If anybody were going to befriend a pack of werewolves that I'm not even sure if those ones were associated like above table. I don't even know if they were the ones that served Strahd. I got out of there so fucking fast. I know that one gave Eris that quest, and maybe if he could talk to Eris, we could hook him up with her, and there could be like some sort of conversation. I don't know. The idea of sending a potential werewolf nuclear device into the B team, it's a bit scary now that I think about it.
I mean, it's up to you.
I don't know if we have any other choice.
I would say that, like, the armor that Carter was wearing, he probably still has. It could be repaired. Right now, though, it's been it would take time to repair it, essentially. I'm not saying that he's completely lost it, because it was specifically made for the purposes of,
He's got 4 days. So.
But, yeah.
Alright, well, let's get into the house. Get you somewhere to rest. I need to go talk to Savid about a bow. I get to work on that for him. I'll make up something to, here, why don't you, let me just, there's bits here on your armor. Let me just go ahead. He's just going to take the armor off of him. I'll just take that, clean it up, get it kind of patched up for you.
Okay.
That's what Cray's gonna do. We'll probably be in this little funky room here with random barrel making tools and like, throwing shit around, going like, "What the fuck do they work with? This is nonsense. How do they get shit done?" We're gonna spend hours at a time creating the right tools.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So you all make it back to the winery. Essentially, Cray immediately gets to work. Carter, you're free to collapse upon the nearest horizontal surface and essentially pass out if you so wish.
Sure.
They do
Whatever you
have,
want.
baths that you can take a bath in because you're half frozen, etc., etc. But it is. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to talk to Savid.
I have to talk to Savid.
I would say by the time you guys get back, the Savid team will also be done talking, and they'll be like, "Where the fuck were you guys? Where the fuck was who? What?"
Well, you see.
So here's the thing.
Surprise.
We found a friend.
Spill all the beans.
Yeah.
Recount the tale. Probably over wine. Probably.
All right. Fair enough. In which case, okay, so Cray, are you staying up to make the bow? And then make the... What else are you doing?
He needs to make a bow for Savid to use. He needs to fix Carter's armor. I think that was it. Was there one other thing he was gonna do? I thought there was.
I don't remember. I will say it'll
you if I
probably be...
remember.
Okay. I mean, it's up to you. You'd probably be getting pretty into the early morning by the time you're finished with both things, but if you don't want to sleep, you don't want to sleep. That's fine. Otherwise, you could just sleep a lot later.
I mean, how quick... We challenged him. We know we have 3 days, so he can spend one night exhausting himself and then sleep the next night to recover from it. So that should be fine. As long as Strahd doesn't, come and attack us early, then we should be okay.
Wishful
I'm sure he would
thinking.
never do that.
He'll be up all night. That's fine. He wants to stay up all night. He wants to work.
Okay. So you're staying up all night to work. I guess Earth, is Carter doing anything out of the ordinary? And is there anything Will would like to do over the first night or second night or third night?
I mean, Carter's probably gonna take a hot bath once Cray mentioned that, and then go the fuck to sleep and try not to get hurt throughout the night.
Mm-hmm. Very
We've
fair.
all been there at
Will's
this
just
point.
gonna chill. He doesn't really have anything going on. He's gonna keep an eye out while he's awake, but like he's pretty good right now.
Okay. Very well. In which case, I guess, Freyr, is there anything you'd like to do
I'd
specifically?
probably just keep watch. Like keep my ears out or something.
Okay. For the first night or for all nights, or
All.
just for all nights? So you're essentially with Will on patrol duty. Okay. And you don't need to sleep, but you do need to rest, so you're just switching off on that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just need to know if anybody's making any last preparations, as it were.
I don't think there's anything we can really prepare.
Yeah. The only thing we were even thinking about doing was going to find Shindo's body at some point, but I don't think that's possible in 3 days.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that in 3 days.
Not, you could probably get there within 3 days, but you probably wouldn't be able to get back.
Ravenloft. Yeah,
Mm.
that's unfortunate, but
Okay, in which case, Des.
I got plenty of
Mhm.
stuff to do.
So, is there anything you'd like to do on the first day?
Yes. Okay.
On the first night, after you get back
Yeah.
with Carter in tow?
First night is as soon as we go back and we explain everything to everybody, and everybody branches out and splits.
Mhm.
She is going to go find Eris.
Okay.
He's
Where's
probably-
Eris?
he's probably talking to Davian, I would imagine.
Okay.
Like, trying to just get to know him, being the new guy here, and
Mhm.
the last new guy being a traitor in our midst. Eris would be
David's cool.
not like inquisitorially, but he's just getting to know him, essentially. He's just
Okay.
talking to him friendly enough. Nope.
Sure. Oh, sorry.
He's definitely
Don't step
down
on
for
my
that
keyboard.
workshop
Stop it.
with-
All right. Damien probably, honestly, is fascinated by Eris, but at this point, he's seen it all. He's just like, oh, yeah, okay. I guess you picked up a new straggler.
Like usual.
Yeah.
Stepping on the keyboard. Stop it.
Bad
Why?
troubles.
Yeah.
But
Been so good
keyboard.
this whole time.
I know. But why keyboard? You can step anywhere else you want.
No,
Anyway.
I want the keyboard.
I know. Specifically keyboard.
It has clicky clacks. The cats also crave the clicky clacks.
I mean, I guess.
All right. I would say probably Davian would spend most of the time cooking for the sudden guests that have turned up in his winery.
Suddenly, giant group of people.
Yep. So Eris would probably be there whenever Des goes to find him. And I imagine this is on that same evening, or
Yeah,
a different.
this would be
Okay.
the same night as soon as we got back.
Okay.
Yeah,
In which case,
we'd probably just have either straggled off together, or this is where we went to go talk and tell
Yeah.
the story, and Eris and Davian were just left behind.
yeah, probably. Sounds about right.
So she'll, after checking every single room and not finding Eris anywhere, because of course, she like peeks into the room of the dining hall and finally spots the two. They're just, oh, am I interrupting?
Davian just kind of looks over at you. He seems to have been in the middle of like a little of replying to something. Goes, no, I've never actually. I mean, I have heard of the Raven Queen once. The troop arrived, but it's not actually
Right.
quite related to the Were Raven. So, oh, hello, dear. Yes.
I mean, I think I told you a little bit about her before, right?
Yes, you did. I'm just trying to explain to your friend here, who's very devoted to the
Yes, I was
Death
filling in
Mother, as
some
you
of
are.
the more esoteric
That
aspects
she's pretty
of
cool.
knowledge. Yes, she is very cool. I agree.
Our god is so cool, isn't she? Yeah.
Hell yeah, she is. Mm,
No,
Anyway.
please. I mean, we were just talking into the evening. I've got nowhere to be. You all are making your plans, so I was just getting to know our new friend here.
Yeah. I wish I knew what you were gonna do so that I knew, but I can't. No. Because that was the whole point.
Sorry. But it'll be better this way.
Can I talk to you? Maybe?
You kind of like me? Me?
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to talk here? Do you want to talk
maybe somewhere else.
Sure, that should be fine. All right, well, I'll look over at Davian. It's been wonderful getting to know you, and I wish you a good evening. I'll see you in the morning.
Bye.
Sure, lad. Good
Sorry,
evening.
I can get you a book, about her, if you want to read it.
I'm
sure there's
quite
some-
all right. I think we're. Thank you. He kind of waves to you guys. Turns back to his tea or whatever it is he's preparing.
Do you have a moment to
Okay,
talk
bye.
about our Lord and Savior, the Raven?
Basically,
That was how this
guesses
all started.
always
Pretty-
are like this.
It's been so fucking long that I'm pretty sure she already had that conversation specifically
did.
with Davian.
She
Davian.
did,
Oh, yeah.
and David was like, "Fascinating. Okay, not interested, but yes, sure."
That's fucking great. God, like, it's been so long, but I have the faintest of memories of that.
It should be one to go to one of the other rooms. There's the ruggery.
Right.
Quiet up there.
Yeah. I guess I don't know which other
Is
rooms are.
this something? Is this something that I should know? Because if by any means our troop is instead captured, we shouldn't know any more than you do about us.
No. Nope. Not anything important. Well, I mean, it's important. I think. But it's more like I need to ask you about something for you to tell me.
Okay, well, as long as it
Uh,
doesn't involve where we're going and
No.
endanger you,
Nope. Nothing about. I could tell you nothing about the group, like locations or anything like that. That's fine. Just and she just like grabs his hand. And just, let's go. I mean, there's a loft upstairs. Let's go upstairs.
that probably, I guess, okay. Let's just getting pulled. He's
You're
still
not
very
wrong,
confused.
Chekhov.
Actually,
You're
hold
not
on.
wrong.
I need to roll just to see. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
He has a mild idea.
Okay. I will say that the stairs actually leads downstairs.
Yeah, that's what I was
I thought
afraid
there was
of.
a
I think we
loft
have
as
to
well.
go. No,
There is
it's
not a
over
loft.
here.
Yeah, it's in the other. Hold on, sorry. There's also a
go.
downstairs, which I accidentally made way too big. Hold on.
Downstairs would be fine. Anywhere that's not like around any of the other members of the troops, either of troops.
Literally anywhere else alone.
Sure, I will never use this map for anything other than this. So let's just take you guys and put you in the wine cellar.
Hey,
Hell
we
yeah.
use this for bad decisions when we walked down that hallway and
Right?
had to find out
You
what
got
was back
attacked by
there.
mold.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
That was
went
great.
really far back there trying to be like, there has to be treasure. There's probably like a frozen treasure chest back here. There's nothing. I'm so gypped. This place is terrible. Nowhere has
And
any
then you
treasure.
started getting eaten by mold.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, this seems relatively quiet. What is going on, Despair?
Okay. Here. She just like, as much as she can for being so tiny, she like bodily takes you by the arms and like sits you on a barrel in the corner
Okay.
and stands in front of you.
All right, I'm now
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine. Whatever. Just anywhere that you can sit.
I am now seated. Should you sit? There's another barrel. You look like you're gonna fall
maybe.
down. Why don't
Hold
you
on.
sit?
She just starts like pacing in front of you.
Let's see.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is weird. No, it's not weird. Okay. Just sit down.
I am
You're sitting.
Yes.
How do I start this? I don't know. Okay. You so you're like the only person who's ever kind of been straight with me, like talking wise.
We
Like
don't-
just
Oh,
you
yes,
just
yes,
talk.
Yes.
It's good.
I try.
Aramis for a second.
Shut up.
It's important to be honest, especially with those important in life.
Exactly. So, I mean, before you even came around, they kept, like, making comments and remarks and stuff, and it was confusing, and I didn't get it, and no one would tell me what was going on.
It's very hard to discern what's going on.
Right.
We all have those days, Des.
Just,
Do you need...
I don't even know how to ask, really, because I don't really understand. So we might die. You know that.
Yes.
And there's been all kinds of, like, comments and, like, joking and, like, God, was it Seraph who used to rib Savid? I can't remember. You have so many goddamn characters.
It was mainly Sarah.
And he kind of smirks at you, playing cards.
Yeah, see, that's part of it. And, like, I know that it means something else, but I don't know what. And Seraph used to be all, like, weird and would make comments about, like, me and Savid. And I don't
They did
know.
seem kind of bitchy at times, didn't they?
A little, but at the same time, like, Savid, like, he was embarrassed, but he kind of liked it. Like, whatever he was talking about, just a little bit. And I don't know if is it something?
Despair, it's... Sit, you're right. Somebody should talk.
Okay.
Somebody should tell you. Just sit down.
I just want to do something nice for him because, like, isn't that what I should? I'm
First
confused.
off, there is no should. There is no obligation to anything here. And we're gonna have a conversation, okay? That's all we're going to do. You grew up in the Abbey. You grew up cloistered and hidden away from many people. And during that time, you didn't get to know many people. But you saw people, correct? Walking the streets as you went on your daily errands, visiting the church. You probably weren't
Sometimes,
seen,
but no one would talk to me because they all thought I was, an omen of death.
Yeah. Kind of smiles a little bit sadly. Well, they were.
I mean, we have killed a lot of people. Does that count?
It's all a matter of balance.
Okay.
When you were growing up, as you came of age, did any specific group or subgroup of those people make you feel different when you looked at them? Did you study them from afar? Were you interested in them beyond anything more than just passing? That's just somebody else who's visited the church and paid me no mind.
I mean, I've been interested in, like, everybody because they don't talk to me. And so I like to, like, watch people through the window. I don't know.
The feeling that you would... Would you... This is really tough. Would you define it more as a kind of...
I'm surprised you guys aren't calling for help.
Curiosity? No, Eris knows he's the best one for this. A curiosity, or like a intellectual thing. Like you want to know who they are just because you want to know if you're their friend. Or is it more of a, I want to know what they look like without the clothes on?
I mean,
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Why would I want to do that?
Have you ever felt that way about anybody? You need to know what they're hiding.
I mean, I know,
how they
like,
would
what
feel
everybody...
with their skin. He kind of like runs his hands through the air. Everybody is so unique. Has anybody made you that kind of curious? And it's fine to say no. It absolutely is. There is no... I really, absolutely cannot express that there is no wrong answer here. This is simply trying to understand you. And you came here asking of Savid. Now, he's someone you've come to know quite deeply. Just as you've come to know the other members of the party that you travel with.
Yeah, but it's different, I think.
How?
Like, I don't know, like I
You feel
miss
safe
him
with
when, yeah.
Safer than with the rest of us? If you're just with him, are you fine?
Well, I mean, I feel safe with all of you guys because I know you're gonna protect me and we won't get killed in the night.
He kind of like crosses his hands in front of his mouth. Explaining love to someone who loves everybody. Interesting. Okay. I understand. Then the aspect of this conversation is less of love than it is lust. It's physical desire. Have you ever felt a need to have something? He kind of just rolls his hands in the air. Have somebody. Have you ever felt the urge to just have yourself and calm down?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, he sighs. It's on my to-do list to find this abbot and slap some goddamn sense into him. The Raven Queen does not. She's all for it. It brings more life. It's the circle of creation. Okay.
She brings babies.
Yes, she does. Okay, so babies, children,
Uh,
they are normally raised by a mother and a father. Biologically, that is the
sometimes.
compatible makeup of our species, and the blessing of all the gods for the compatibility between all our species. Because the compatibility is wonderful. It just makes the palette so wide and diverse. There is a size issue when certain things get involved, but I'm getting way off topic here.
While you guys are sitting there talking, you suddenly hear from the door, the main entrance to the cellar, you suddenly hear a knocking. And then a familiar voice goes, what do you say, Freya?
Guys? Hello? Anybody down here?
Wait, do you
yes,
think Freya would
Freya?
help or hurt? Wait, hold on.
Hurt. Definitely hurt. Do not. This is a you and I conversation until we're ready to figure out how you want to talk to the rest.
There is nobody down here.
Everything is fine, Freya. We're just discussing the Raven Queen and her various imports in the world and death and all of that.
And she brings babies.
I want to roll an insight.
You're rolling insight. I like how Eris is like, no, we are not introducing Freya to this conversation.
Yes!
I mean, yeah, they're probably talking about boring ass shit, Freya. It seems strange, but then again, they are two strange people. It's up to you.
Alright, but if you need anything, message me or something. It was weird that you guys disappeared.
Sorry, we
No,
were
it's not.
trying to be strange. Just Raven Queen stuff, you know.
I'm still a little skeptical, because I'm just like, uh-huh.
He's gonna kind of scooch over closer to the wall. Hey, sit down next to me. Come here.
Wait, are you still there?
No answer.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Life has existed for a very, very long time, and the gods have existed for as long or longer to usher it and the souls into the new world. But the bodies themselves, our physical bodies, know how to make more of ourselves. I don't know what you know of children, but the Raven Queen does not bring them. She.
What do you mean that the you want a baby to take care of and have a new kid and have more people in your family so that everyone doesn't, die. But then you wish the Raven Queen and she sends a raven with the babies and they drop them off and they take care of them.
He puts a big arm around Des.
Pretty much. I mean,
Not all people who want babies get them, and not all babies who are born are wanted.
Oh, Eris inevitably takes us back into a philosophical portion of it.
He's always been this philosophical. I don't know what it is, but when he starts talking, he just waxes philosophical. He's not even particularly wise, and he's not smart. But every time I get behind the wheel, this is what he wants to do.
I love how, literally, Des is just sitting there going, "But how, baby?" And Eris is like, "But why, baby?"
No, she knows how, baby. It's ravens.
You're right.
So,
I'm sorry.
If it were the Raven Queen, then the most devout worshippers would always be the followers, and then you would have endless followers of the Raven Queen. And while that would be lovely, it would not represent what most worlds show.
Well,
So
no, I mean, she brings them to other people, even if they don't follow her, because that's just what she does.
then
She
why
takes care of the whole cycle.
Why are some born when they're not wanted? Why do some children, and he kind of brushes her hair, why are some left at Abby's to be raised alone?
I mean, I assume that my parents wanted me, but the town said no, and that it was bad because the town was dying. And if they took me to the Abbey, and maybe they could, I could fix it, or at least
Maybe. I mean, it is possible. These omens do happen. The tiefling are known to intersect with devils, demons, and their influence on the world, so anything is possible. But we're getting off the topic of children.
right.
Children are a byproduct of a biological impulse to continue our species, to keep them going, to make sure that there's more of us to keep the fight going or continue our civilization or whatever. It was just, in the beginning, a matter of survival, but that's what children are. And you know that. You've been a child from several times from what I've been told, so.
Well, like twice.
But
I guess that's more than most people.
But we look down also at or not down, but we look at animals as well, and they also have children. Young pups are born to dogs that then grow up into dogs of their own and have their own dogs and so on and so forth.
True. Do they also have ravens who bring them babies?
There are no ravens to spare that bring children. There are certainly ravens, but none that bring children.
There are no ravens.
There are no ravens. They're all alive.
They're surveillance.
Yeah,
Surveillance by the
surveillance
government.
drone.
Just watching. They're
So
just
most
watching
species,
everything.
Most mammals, which our species are equipped with a way of reproducing and creating more of themselves. We fall into two distinct categories, male and female, boy and girl. And he kind of points at himself, boy, girl. Men are equipped with a sword. He looks around and he goes, a sword. And women
Kratos
with a
too
sheath.
does.
He does. He anyway, he's very proud of his swords. It speaks volumes to his character.
One of them brings him more trouble than it's worth.
Man, this is tricky. But you know what? If I ever have children one day, I can now honestly say I have practice. Anyway, when Two people
Uh,
or two creatures are looking to create more of their species. The sword can be sheathed, and then unsheathed, and then sheathed, and then wiggled around a little bit, and sheathed and unsheathed, and there's all sorts of motions and movements, and it's just a matter of being there in that moment with that other person, because they are there and only with you in that moment. Even if others are there, no, you could share that with them. You're sharing it with a select number of people that varies depending on your own wants and desires, and you are in control of that moment for the most part. And if you're not in control, then fight like hell to get in control of that moment, and then kick the shit out of anyone who tried to take control of that moment.
Can both of you roll me a really quick perception check while this is all escalating?
7. That's a natural 2.
Perception, huh? Okay.
Okay, 18. As you're listening to Eris trying to explain this to you and just growing more and more, like, concerned, yeah, you hear the softest little, like, the softest little snort from behind the wall.
It's... Okay.
Wait, hold on.
So, I feel like I'm confusing you. This is all to get to a larger point.
Do I recognize the sound, first of all?
You recognize it as somebody laughing from behind the door that recently housed Freyr.
Oh, no.
Dang it, hold on! He runs over the door, like, slams it open. I told you, we were busy!
I was at the top of the stairs.
He was not. As you, like, slam open the door, there's nobody there, but then you glance up, and, yeah, you see him. He's just at the top of the stairs.
I am.
No, further!
Fine.
Backs up all the way to the first floor.
Okay, so, and then as you come back, he's noticeably kind of like flushed, and he's been like, he puts his head into his hands a lot and keeps like rubbing his brow as he's thinking. Okay, so the sword and sheath.
See, I don't really do sword fighting as much. Like, I'm really not very good with weapons. That's more Craze thing. And I just usually do magic. So I don't think I'd be very good in a sword fight.
It's not necessarily a sword fight. It can be. They're fun. But in this situation wouldn't. Listen, I am muddying this topic so much. The point of the matter being that coupling, that surrender, that union feels indescribable. And when you're with the right person, somebody that you care about on both a physical and emotional and spiritual level, someone that you've come to trust and love, then there is no better than that feeling. And that is what people seek. Some people don't find that desire in anybody, and that's also everything. There's no wrong answer, like I said. It's just a matter of understanding who you are and what he means to you, because I've seen the way he looks at you and the way he admires you. He loves you, and he would never, ever hurt you. And if you were to offer yourself to him, I do not think he would say no. I think he'd be confused.
I'm confused.
I know.
Dessa's literally gonna go up to Savid and be like, sword fighting.
How do?
Eris still didn't explain it very well. I even asked him everything. He just said, go ask him if you want to have sex.
It was hilarious. I was so engrossed in all of this, but at the heart of it, he really did not elaborate on what she needed to know, other than telling her that Savid would love to have her go to him.
All right. he huffs. It's like, this is all. I am not used to having this conversation. I've never had children. I never thought I was going to have children. It was not my. You said you wanted... Okay, what do you want from... You spent time with Savid before
Mm-hmm.
I had found you. You had spent time there with them in the tavern. What was that
Yes.
like?
I mean, it was fun. Like, I could see him every day, and I could follow him, and he would talk to me, and we would, like, hang out and cook sometimes if Dumas didn't kick us out of the kitchen. And, like, I can, like, upstairs and sleeping, and he's really warm, surprisingly. But mostly talking, I guess.
When you were sleeping next to him, did you ever have any dreams that woke you up in the middle of the night with weird butterflies?
Like, scary dreams?
Oh, not scary
Sometimes.
at all. Not scary.
Eris is trying so hard.
Well, okay, so
Butterflies.
here's the thing. Above table, he doesn't want to tell her something that would be bad advice. He's trying to understand her, and everything he's kind of realizing is that she just doesn't have those feelings, in which case he doesn't want to give her that advice. So he wants her to make that call, which means giving her understanding, but that understanding literally takes lifetimes sometimes.
You just have to break down what playing cards is for. You don't have to tell her to do it or not to do it. You just need to, give her the play-by-play.
Okay.
Should
I am going to
I
ask you
go
some
get
very personal...
Savid?
No, well, maybe this...
Can you draw a picture?
Yes, Eris.
Kind of like looks around. Probably. Give me a moment. And he'll try to draw some diagrams to ask Des if she's ever felt any urges or desires. I honestly don't. I mean, I'm a guy. I don't know. What it would feel
I'm
like.
calling this video "The Birds and the Bees," or I'm
That's
sorry,
perfect.
"The Ravens and the Bees."
The ravens and the...
I feel like you already titled an episode that before.
"The Ravens and the Butterflies."
Sure.
No, it's birds and the Savids.
Birds and the Savids.
The Ravens and the Savids.
But he'll... I need to ask you personal questions, okay? And I don't want you to be
Okay.
confused or upset. I am not trying to harm you or hurt you in any way.
Okay.
He's gonna ask her, because I don't want to actually roleplay that, if she's ever had any, like, sexual desires or masturbated or anything along those lines. Just to understand despair, because he's a very learned man in this. He has a lot of experience.
While this
He
is
came
going
to the
on,
right guy.
you guys have been down there for a while.
Yeah.
Freya's already discovered you. I need you both to roll another perception check, please.
Come on, natural one. Oh, all right, that's
Ooh.
Is it Savid or is it Dumas?
Either would work,
Oh,
honestly.
that
at
was
this point.
craze perception. Wait,
That
I
was
rolled.
Eris.
That was Eris.
That was Eris.
Oh, then I rolled
The
craze.
first
The other
one
one
was
was-
from
the first one was
Craze.
craze.
But that's
Oops.
fine, you rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Des, you are in trance. Are you drawing diagrams is what I
There
want
are-
to know.
There are diagrams. He is basically stopping short of demonstrating himself. But if she has questions, he will ask if she wants to point out anything, and that he will answer clinically and as straightforward as he can. But he's going to just lay it out on there. He's kind of explained the emotional side of it and tried to understand the relationship. He needs to get her to understand the physical side so she can make the right choice.
Right. Okay. So as you are conducting...
That's a little too...
No,
a
that's
little
fair.
too fade to blacky.
Yeah, that's a little fit to... So, essentially, as you are going through and explaining this, because you've
He
been down
starts
here
drawing
for...
it in the ice on the walls.
Yep. You're
One line
drawing
that
it.
curves a little, one line a sliz.
I mean, I know what people look like. We had to do doctor stuff at the Abbey.
Doctor stuff.
Doctor stuff. Eris
That's
is
where we
doing
fade to
this.
black. Is doctor
That's
stuff.
where, yeah, is doctor stuff. As Eris is doing this, And you're both kind of like, you're sitting crouched on the things, you're with a stick essentially. I imagine there's dirt. It does look like a stone floor, but imagine there's dirt and you're drawing this and you're like, okay, so this part represents that doctor stuff. This part represents that. And you glance up for just a moment. And here's the thing. He is very well hidden. It's just a shadow. But just over here, hidden in the corner.
Oh no!
How long has he been there?
It's Savid, just standing there, leaning slightly against the wall. He's mostly in shadow, and he has not made a single sound. It's just happenstance that you happen to look up now and notice him. He is staring directly into you. There's no expression on his face.
The bond is broken.
I'm sorry, he rolled a really good insight, and then he rolled a really good stealth.
No.
Oh yeah.
It was
He's never rolled this well in his life.
I mean, literally, you guys have been gone for a while. Freyr went down there.
So we've kind of covered the base tinglies. I want you to, on this diagram that we've drawn out of you, go ahead and outline yourself a little bit. I need to go find a restroom. It looked like there was kind of a door maybe through this.
Okay.
I will be absolutely right back. Just keep right over here. I really need to go, so if I teleport away, don't think anything of it, okay?
What was I supposed to do?
Just anywhere that you felt those. We've talked about them. The butterflies. Those that you.
What?
Give me 1 second. And he just. I have to pee.
You can go to the bathroom.
How
That's
far away?
fine.
Hold on. Is this map to scale?
I think it probably is.
Eris is just going to use his Blessing of the Raven Queen to just.
Misty Stepper.
Yeah, it's just a teleport. Please be quiet. Okay, don't surprise her. Let's go upstairs. I can explain.
Savi doesn't even react to your voice behind him. He just is very quiet for a moment, and then slowly, very controlled, he turns around and he looks. I think technically you're taller than him, right?
Yeah, because he shrunk. We were the same height.
He went down a little bit.
And he slowly looks up at you. Roll me an insight check.
That's a dirty 20.
Eris, you're in danger.
I swear, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to help her.
Roll a persuasion. Roll persuasion.
The quiet fury that is Savid.
9. That tracks for Eris. He is legitimately trying though. Like he doesn't want any. She doesn't know what she's doing. That would not be. He'd be like, no, wait. Please, just let me explain.
Savid is just in shambles right now.
Savi slowly, without saying anything, he's not making any noise still, he slowly takes a step towards Eris, essentially backing him away. So Eris has to literally retreat and moonwalk back to the stairs. He doesn't say a word. He just points and essentially points up to the stairs and is like, go,
All the way,
go,
all the way.
go.
You won't say a
He
word.
does not.
You'll just...
He does not remove his eyes from you.
Go.
Go. As soon as you're out of earshot, essentially, and you're back on the second floor, he glances over his shoulder once and then looks up back at Eris and holds up a single finger to him. Just goes, "You better start explaining."
She came to me asking for me to explain what everybody had been joking about for a very long time. The playing cards, the subtle jabs between you and her, the blushes. And she wanted to do something to show how she feels about you and her appreciation for you, and she wanted you to feel good. And so I have been trying to understand the mystery that is despair. And at this point, I think I have reached the pinnacle of all that I can provide as far as insight might go into this, because I honestly don't know. And I think you're the only one who can talk to her now. I have tried to explain to her what the physical coupling is, what sex is. I've tried to explain to her what love is and lust, and it all kind of comes up a bit murky. I don't think until you two talk about it, she'll understand how she feels. And then she'll hopefully be able to make a call.
Roll me another persuasion check. just to convince.
5.
Nice.
I
This
am
is going
rolling
great.
fire.
Thankfully, Savid's rolling a little bit better on insight.
Yeah.
He's never rolled so well in his life.
He's never rolled so well in his life.
Savid is or not Savid. Eris is kind of like, he's got his hands up in a very like I surrender gesture. I mean no harm.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Tried to provide aid. I did not think any of the others would be able to explain, and I don't know if I didn't want to make the conversation between the two of you any more awkward by having you have to lay any groundwork. So I was trying legitimately to help.
All right. You're an idiot, but I don't think you actually mean anything by it. It's not... fine. What did she ask you, and what did you say specifically? Did she actually ask you about the card games, or have I said something to hurt her feelings about the card games? It was just stupid jokes. I didn't...
No, Savid, please. Sit. We both should sit. These conversations are best seated next to each other. We'll sit down the stairs.
He kind of flops onto the stairs and is seemingly... You think that he's
I
like
sit a
this...
stair lower to him, so I'm eyesight with him.
All right. God damn it. Don't worry.
The subtle power play, but it's also kind of a show of respect because I'm no longer looking down to him.
Oh God. He probably notices and just kind of like rubs his face a couple of times and goes, okay. Should I go down there and just talk to her? What were you drawing?
So I was drawing some diagrams to try to understand how.
You were drawing pornography for her on the wine cellar floor?
Using metaphors, I tried.
Are you even a good artist?
No, I'm
What
not.
if she thinks... God.
Actually, I'm probably a better artist than I am. Anyway, listen, it's. You want to know what I said? You want to know what she said? She said that the time that she spent with you, she felt safe, that she could be with you and spend those days talking, and you would talk to her, and you would let her sleep next to you, and that you were warm. And I've been trying to understand if those feelings go deeper or exist on a physical lust, like I want you inside of me kind of area. But we all know despair, and she is very naive when it comes to this, so there's a lot of groundwork to lay, not a lot of time.
Eris is trying to be the wingman.
I am a servant of the Raven Queen. I am best wingman. I literally could have wings.
That's good. I will give you that one. God, hold on.
Listen, I don't want anything from despair. It became very obvious early on that she didn't have a lot of experience, and I have much experience, so I don't...
Yeah, alright, you don't have to flaunt it.
It's not that she's... I don't want you thinking that I'm stepping on your toes. That's all I'm saying.
Would Freyr overhear their conversation by any chance?
Honestly, I would say because Savid came down the other tower, probably not.
Okay.
Because you're kind of separated by a full-on wall. You're in a kind of...
Yeah, she's just sitting on the ground muttering to herself, drawing pictures of dirt.
I'll probably go down the original stairs and just be like, Des, you doing okay?
Savid immediately goes, is that fucking Freyr? Did I just hear fucking Freyr?
He's already
Fuck. Stay here, don't move.
I'll just go up to Des and be all like, what are you doing?
I am going to return.
Drawing, I
and
think.
keep talking to her.
Interesting.
How about no? I
might
will
have a
talk to
knack
her,
for
and
this.
you maybe you can just. Can you just like kill Freyr? Not kill him. I don't. Sorry, that came out wrong. Just like kill him for a little while. Just like conk him on the head. Okay? Can you do that for me?
him.
Dispose of him.
Or just bend down to the
Okay,
drawings and
good,
be like,
glad to
no,
hear it."
you just need to do, it goes like this.
I mean, Eris drew that one, and I don't know what that was
Eris
over
would.
there.
Yeah, Savid just literally grabs you by the like whatever you're wearing. I don't know if you don't have your cloak anymore, so he can't.
Nope,
So
he literally is just wearing a tunic and whatever pants they like. It's just whatever farm clothes they had here at the winery, because he was in his underwear until now.
All right, he just drags you over after him. He's changed his mind abruptly with the arrival of Freyr. He's just like, just go get.
Yes, hey, Freyr, Freyr, you. Oh, there you are.
Eris, you're back.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Did you find the bathroom?
I did. It was actually not this wall here. This wall goes somewhere very cold and kind of painful.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah, I
don't
helped
go
him
in
find
there
the
with
bathroom. Hey, Des, I'm also
Savid.
here. Hi.
Hi,
Yep.
Savid.
Let me just
You're
go
awesome.
ahead and he'll kind of kick
And
the dirt
Freyr's here.
around a little bit. Yep,
Oh,
Freyr, why don't you just
Aw.
he'll grapple Freyr. You could try to dodge me if you want.
I mean, I'll roll an
an
acrobatics.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
a
let's
26 athletics to grapple you.
Let's roll 19 on the die.
I have the same modifier for my acrobatics.
Go for it.
roll a 19
beat
or
it. You
above.
10% chance to meet
Nope.
it. Oh,
There you
That
go.
was a
That's
2.
good.
it was the opposite direction. As he kind of
Yup.
goes by, he grabs you by the scruff of your neck and just drags you by your heels. Come on, Freyr. I think Cray was saying he needed to
what?
talk to you about some magic stuff, about something magical or another.
Wait,
Why don't you come with
really?
me?
Eris?
No,
He
that's
kinda-
good. No, it's
I mean,
good. They
Despair.
have to talk about things
Despair.
and stuff.
Trust the butterflies, and
What butterflies?
you'll know if you feel them. Okay? That's all I'm
Savid
saying.
is also like, what?
Okay.
As Freyr is getting dragged and before he turns this corner right here, he'll just create a silent image of a heart towards Savid.
You're horrible.
I mean, it was tamer than what I was expecting.
I was expecting something
Honestly,
so
yeah.
bad, and it was so innocent and like
Yup.
and just poking
Right.
at Savid that it could have been worse. But in being worse, it almost would have been better.
I wasn't
It
gonna
would've
do a
maybe
full-on
answered a
image
couple questions.
of what they were drawing, but better. But I was just like, you know what? They were having a moment. They're probably gonna have a more awkward one. I'll just do something simple.
He will action grab you and then use his action surge to dash while grabbing and dragging you out of the room to get out of here within 6 seconds, so you cannot break free.
Incredible. You have
I'm just letting it happen.
outperformed yourself.
Hey, he serves despair. That's what he was sent here to do. He is told to answer questions. He answers questions. He's told to get the fuck out. He gets the fuck out.
I like how Savid's not really des, but he was just like, yep, okay, I guess.
Yep. Oh no, he understood the situation.
He's like, okay, so ignore that. He points to the silent image. Goes, so you've been talking to Eris. How's that? Any butterflies?
Why does everyone keep saying that?
No, you're right. You know what? This is stupid. This is God, I should have just
He didn't really answer. I mean, he tried. I think. I just, we might die, Speed, right?
Yeah.
I hope not, but
I mean, I think it's more about you might die. You're the one that's going into the heart of Barovia to attempt to stab the guy in the heart, and try not to think about it.
I guess.
Being honest,
I know, and so do I. I try not to, but maybe this is the time that I have to think about it. Because it might happen.
right.
And I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind that I was trying to ask Eris. I know it makes you embarrassed, and all I ever got from Cray and Carter was jokes.
Yeah, I was kind of guilty of that too. I am sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel like we were enjoying a joke at your expense.
No.
That wasn't ever what it was. Just
not at my expense, but I don't get the joke.
Right. No, that's fair. It's not your fault, by the way, that you don't get it. It's fine. You know, people have different knowledge about different things. For example, you know what color the sky is. And
usually blue.
Right, yeah. And you know, you've never made fun of me for not ever having seen the sky, so
why would I do that?
Right, exactly. So how much has Eris told you?
He said that, I got kind of confused with a lot of it. But he said that people want to be together. And
Yes?
I mean, I like being with you.
Yes.
And
thank you. He's like red as a tomato at this point already. He's just like just goes, right. Yes. No, I like being with you too. Oh god. I did not practice this. I mean, I did practice this. Actually, to be honest, I did practice this a lot. I practiced this a lot when you were gone.
Like talking?
Talking. Yes. As you can imagine. I have had very little practice. Oh god.
Poor Savid.
Oh god. Okay. Talking. Okay, so here's the thing. I have been around for a while. And I'm in all honesty, I'm probably a little old for you, but humans, I mean tieflings, I mean shit.
I don't think so. I mean, you just live longer.
Yeah, don't have much to show for it. The point is,
you've done plenty of good things, Savid.
No, not he kind of does actually become a little bit gloomy, and he goes, not particularly, no. I've not done a lot of good things, but I think the one good thing that I did do is that time back in Argynvost when I decided to come upstairs after meeting you. I think that was actually one of the...
I threw a knife at you at that time.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's fine. I probably would have thrown a knife at you if you'd startled me. It's Barovia. That's kind of a greeting around here, if we're being honest. So it's not, No, it's... What I'm saying is I'm really not proud of a lot of things I've done, but following your group, you and everyone, and you, specifically you, has been a really good choice in my life, like one of the best ones, because now I'm with you and the others, and also you.
I mean, I've been proud of everything that you've done with us.
Thank you. Look, I'm not good at this. But
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah,
what are you not good at? Just tell me. Preferably in easy, not confusing words, like Eris, because I thought he would just talk.
No, that's
fair.
He tried.
which he did. I think he did. He talked, and it just was still confusing.
Literally, Eris made mistakes. Savid came in, goes, "I got this," and is making the exact same mistakes.
I love it.
So useless. The pair of
So
them,
fucking funny.
absolutely fucking useless. So he just kind of like slowly, he's sitting down on the barrel and he kind of closes his eyes and rubs his face and goes, I'm bad at telling people when I appreciate them and want them in my life. And I've kind of told all of you that over the time that we've all been together because I do consider you my greatest friends, but it's a little bit different here. Just a little bit. But for you, it's a little more like, fuck. Look, fuck this. Des! And he kind of stands up a little bit taller than you because he did shrink. Actually, no, you're pretty short.
She's pretty short. He's still much taller than her.
The girl. Kiss the girl. All you do. Sorry.
Right, it's a lot better as a spectator sport. He kind of reaches out, pauses, waits for your response, and then puts both of his hands in your cheeks.
She just smiles at him.
He goes, have you ever... I should probably ask first, has anybody ever kissed you?
I'm going to laugh if she says all the time.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, how? And he's literally like, you feel his hands shaking on your cheeks. It's like...
Hold on, I want to say Cray did. I want to say Cray did once a long time ago. Like
they
after
were
you
going
came back.
to, but it never happened.
It never happened. Okay, all right. That
Okay.
was what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it, Savine. Everybody believes in you.
So I
she
need to
puts
roll
both
like
her
a
hands
brave.
over his hands.
Okay, well, how would you like to try it? A little.
Sure.
This is simultaneously a lot harder and a lot easier than I thought it would be. Okay, here goes. And he just kind of leans forward. It's not, super dashing romantic or anything, but yeah, he'll go ahead and kiss you. And then carefully pull back, and you see him having gone from being super tomato red to like almost ashen, like pale. And just goes, if that was terrible, we don't have to continue. It was probably bad, but, just in case, if there's a possibility, any possibility really, that you didn't hate it a lot.
Can I do it too?
Yeah. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
She'll like peck him back and then lean back. Just, well, if you think it was terrible, then how do I do it better?
Okay.
Does Freyr have words?
So he slowly kind of like holds up a hand and goes, hold on, room is spinning. I need a second. Okay.
Do you need... Oh, no.
Nope,
Do you
that's
wanna sit
good.
down?
Everything's good. Just, hey, this... And he kind of looks back down at the scribbled mess that has been erased by Eris. And he just goes, how about we go upstairs? And, I think rather than talking about it, we can just, maybe just... Okay, yeah.
Honestly, I think that would be easier than all these words that I don't know what they mean, and also...
Yeah, and if we can just try it. If you don't like it, that's fine. We can do something else, like a board game or a card game. Okay, yeah, okay. And he'll just follow you upstairs. I think that'll be a lot less painful for everybody involved.
I think everybody probably notices that they go upstairs, but no one says anything. At least Eris wouldn't. he would definitely have tried to see how it ended, but he wasn't listening in.
No. I think by the time Eris and Freyr got up the stairs and left, as soon as Eris would have let go, Freyr would have just given him a little peck on the cheek, just be like, "You're so adorable," and walked away.
Yes, you are too, little one. Hope you don't die.
Me too.
We all don't die. But I think it's fair to fade to black at that point. We're not gonna RP the awkwardness that ensues.
No.
Gray has a.
But she does
Oh, go ahead,
spend
sorry.
all night making sure that they do things better.
It's
Level
the
of
it's the
exhaustion.
engineer approach. It's the
Does-
engineer approach. But what
does-
if?
Des understand the butterflies by the next morning.
I think she kind of understood after they kissed a little bit, although she still didn't understand why they were there.
Right? No one really understands why they're there, but they're there. And that was the easiest way. That was why that's his litmus test. Is like, do you have the butterflies? No, you don't. That's how he picks who he wants. You give me butterflies? Yes. Okay, here we go. Oh, plasmoid. Okay, this is interesting. I have no plasmoid. Anything you say.
Did
Literally.
Dumas give Eris butterflies?
Um,
I think Dumas is just like the most curious, like, but how?
I feel like Dumas would be all like,
yeah, probably. Actually, Damas. Yeah, Damas would. He's got like that kind of like crazy confidence that he would be like, yeah, I can dig that. It's interesting. Weird magic brings strangeness all around him. It'd be fun.
All right.
Well,
All
Eris
right.
knows where he's going. Then he's gonna go knock on Damas's door. I
Is
mean,
Dumas. I place Dumas. Dumas actually is. It's funny because I'm gonna. Dumas was there. He just rolled real fucking high on his stealth.
"Oh my god."
we who are about to die, all that nonsense. Eris may never. It might be the last chance.
Oh, you mean that kind of knock on the door?
Yeah, that kind of knock on the door.
Everybody's getting laid. Don't get yours.
Maybe not
everybody.
She got him all heated. Now he's like, well, shit. Now I'm. That guy's too old. That guy just came back from the dead. Those two are busy. That one's building something. Fair is not his type. So
I'm hurt.
sorry. It's just not
I can't imagine like I imagine Eris coming over to Crane being like, "Hey, would you by any chance?" And Crane's like, "Nope, busy."
No.
Can't
Sorry.
do it.
I am trying to make barrel wood into a bow, and it's not easy. It's a whole here. I can actually show you. It's this whole process where I gotta layer it. No, he's already gone. Okay.
And he's gone.
And then he's gonna knock on Damas's door, and this will be really quick. It'll be yes or no, Damas, and then we can fade to black. It'll be yes or no.
You wanna fuck?
for-
Yes, no.
Hold on, I gotta roll for
Down
Dumas.
the clown, Dumas.
I need to know if Dumas is like weird. Humans are weird. Instinct will prevail over his inherent curiosity to try literally anything at least once.
It's fair.
What would that even be?
Roll for
This
Damas
might
because
be-
I questioned rolling for Eris, and I realized I didn't have to. Eris is he would be.
God, what would that even be? Wisdom?
Because this could be how he finds out if there's a human egg or not.
It's true. I would say, okay, 12
He
and
does
under.
have to do it for science.
Yeah, 12 and under will be yes, do it for science. 13 and over will be
Well,
nah,
let
man.
me lay the framework for the scene first. As
Okay,
Eris-
okay, no, you're
Eris
fair.
knocks on the door. He's not
And
gonna.
Dumas is probably in the middle of constructing some intricate machinery, much in the way that Cray is. It's just the different kind.
He'll just crack the door then, and he's just gonna fan out a hand of cards. You want to play cards?
Hold on. Hold on.
Well,
Wow, that was an 18 insight check.
He knows exactly what you mean. Yes.
Aw.
For science.
Precise.
Dumas is like, what's gotten into?
He just
Well-
gives him a smirk.
You know what?
Hopefully Savid.
Could be your last night in Barovia.
When in Rome. I don't even know where the fuck that is. Get in here.
Closes the door.
Can I get a Hoya?
Roll to woohoo.
Roll to woohoo. Man, it's a good night here in the winery.
Charisma check?
Charisma check.
So this was the first night. This is the first night.
This
I
is
thought
the first
was
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
Nope.
who knows if we have all of them? We don't know. We hope.
We hope. Hold on, I'm gonna actually roll a charisma check for Savid just for funsies to see how good he is at
That was
not fainting from.
I was gonna say con.
Nah, I don't think. It's not a freaking dragon. It's.
Who knows?
what's
Jess could be that way.
charisma? Oh no, -1 charisma. Come
Oh,
on,
no.
Savid.
Oh, but we know Savid's a bumbling fool. It's part of his charm.
Yeah.
That's true.
First time
Yeah.
is never good. That's why they get to keep
That's
practicing.
that's fair. Yeah,
That's
Roll
it's
5
not a
more.
natural
couple
one.
of
So.
days to live in that, and then we could just sort of pan over the next couple days. And I mean, I don't really know what we need to do prep wise aside from, I guess.
Besides, Des needs to read parts of the book,
Yeah,
potentially.
you were gonna read.
So that's the thing. I guess if you guys want, since we've been playing for about 2 hours now, did we want to take a really quick break? Just like 5 minutes, and then we can get into the more depressing part of Curse of Strahd, the part that isn't
Man,
rolling Constitution and Charisma checks.
that was so much more fun from the outside. That was hilarious.
You must do well.
This has been hilarious. Like, this has been beautiful.
Thank you. Whew. Oh yeah.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know how that
wasn't-
even works.
I wasn't even going to ask because I feel like that would be too much, but I was just like, okay.
You rolled a high charisma.
Is that how it's decided? By
Right, so
charisma?
Maybe.
charisma saves. I mean,
Or just
20
straight
I don't know,
charisma.
actually. Just straight
Well,
charisma. Oh, I should have rolled the charisma saves.
I mean, he did say what's gotten into you, so he kind of found out, right?
Oh, I guess. Damn it.
Pickup
Oh,
line was just
shit.
even if he turned me down, I didn't want to know until I'd at least thrown it out there because it was just too damn.
No, that's
First
fair.
thing that came to mind when we were talking, I was like, yeah, well now I have to.
Yep. All right. Well, let me go real quick and do
I
stuff, and then I will be right back.
Oh, no.
It was a long time coming.
And I wonder
right?
if it's a long
Expected.
time coming.
No, probably the first one is
Probably
probably,
not.
you know,
Really short.
around max.
Yeah, it
Oh.
doesn't last long after
Sweet.
it's been a while.
It's only been 300 years.
Look! No,
He's
it's
trying-
been like
he's
60
trying
years.
his best. At least he finally got there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have 3 days. I told you, once Des likes to learn,
Yep.
she's gonna learn.
She's gonna learn.
Uh,
All the world is an oyster.
I feel like she'll go up to everyone and be all like, hey, you want to try it out?
No.
I was hoping at some point Des would have felt the butterflies, and I could be like, yes, that's what we're looking for.
you picked you it was getting there maybe, but you picked wrong things to talk about and like the wrong way still.
Damn.
I
I
don't know.
imagine the entirety of Dumas and Era's pillow talk will just literally be Dumas being like, look, you can't just rely on metaphors. For example, in Draconic,
Right.
we call them fireworks. It just doesn't work. You know, you gotta pick a couple of separate words and see which one sticks.
I guess.
It's always been dancing around the issues and metaphors, and none of those make sense unless you know what the metaphor is for.
That's very true.
Which is hard when, you know, the person doesn't know.
anything.
Yep,
This
anything.
is years of like
Oh, yeah.
groundwork that should be established, and instead we've been just making fun of you.
We haven't been making fun of her.
No,
We've just been making light of the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised.
It's
I'm
been great.
surprised that there. I guess that's Davian's room, isn't it? Yeah.
The big
The
one,
big
yeah.
one, yeah, he used to rent. I mean, honestly, you guys could go
Push the beds
anywhere.
together.
Yeah. If Davian knew what was up, he would have been like, by all means, use the bigger bed. Who am I
Three
to?
children.
You're back.
Oh man.
That
Well,
was
now I
great.
think it's just tyranny that we haven't had a fade to black because we did in Iceman.
Iceland.
Oh,
we
yeah, that's
did a
right.
couple fades to blacks in Tyranny.
When?
Rose
yeah,
has
we
fucked
have
at
done-
least
we have
2
done-
of the DMPCs.
Yeah, you have. You have.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Tasma
Now,
and Emmeline.
Mm-hmm.
is it going to be day 2 or day 3 that Raven Desk gets involved?
Oh no.
Oh no. Trey's just not asking, but he's definitely gonna probably notice the glow about Savid tomorrow. Everyone's gonna be able to tangibly feel the change in Savid.
You assume Freyr's not going to say anything.
Oh no, I know.
I'm sure he
Freyr's
will.
gonna say
No,
something.
it's the complete opposite. Like, I don't think anybody would assume he wouldn't say something. You kidding?
I know.
That's why we didn't want you in there. You out now.
Get out of here.
My lie. I was like, what do we have? Raven Queen. He would not want to talk. We're just talking about the Raven Queen and myriad virtues and
Boring
things.
shit. Don't
Just
worry about
go.
it.
Your perception had to have been good to hear us on the other side of the room from up there.
I believe it was a 19.
Alright, that's
So yeah, not bad.
Wee basement. Should have gone to the loft.
I mean,
If he'd had his
Either
armor and
one
weapon, we
would've-
would have gone for a walk. But he had no way of defending you. Plus,
It
right
also
now,
probably-
all Eric has is a scimitar and a dream, huh?
Yep,
pretty much. It might have been a hard topic to walk and talk, though.
yeah, it would have been. We would have had to go somewhere safe to just talk. Oh man. Well, now we've both had characters fuck a DMPC. Ha.
Yeah.
How about that? Because I got
made
Damas.
I've made it my personal goal in our campaigns to fuck as many DMPCs as I can for the both of you.
That makes sense. You're one of Chekhov's oldest friends, and you know, my fiance. So there's that. You have a little bit more ease.
He's
into
got
that
wiggle room.
subject.
Maybe not in Pokemon, though. We're a little young.
We're a little young in that.
That seems a bit much.
Yeah. I mean, we poke fun at it, like Milo was. But
Milo hasn't even touched the boob.
without touching a boob, we have to go. I haven't touched a boob yet. It was canon. Came out in a moment of panic. He thought it was his inside voice. It was his outside voice. That was when we were in the cavern, right?
Yeah, that's when we were like dying.
Yeah, we were in an under. So we were on an island. We're in the island south of Kanto, all right. And we found a cavern that went underground and then stretched on for probably about 2 miles or so. And we were in that while it was filling with water. It was under the ocean. It was filling with water as the tide came in. And we were in it.
And my character had like a sprained or
Near broken
ripped up
ankle.
leg.
Yeah, your whole
And
leg
started having a panic attack in the tight little tunnel that we could only really get one person through at a time.
had to
And it's
drop you
filling
down
rapidly with water.
the
God, tell me
it
you
was
wouldn't.
horror. I mean, it
It
was
was like-
scary.
I haven't even touched the broom. Go.
You know, Ash was on the St. Anne. We were beneath that fucking
The
island.
ocean.
I don't even think it has an island, a name.
Oaks Island.
Yeah,
but I think we had one more turn before we were gonna knock V out and just drag him up.
yeah.
He was gonna knock himself out. He had 1 hit point left.
Whew, that was bad.
Yep. He was great. Did so well.
Are you guys talking about how you almost killed yourselves by
Yep.
deciding to?
But hey, just think there could be a time skip, and you guys could become adults. You know.
and I could fulfill fucking at least one DMPC in every game.
And my finally pushed boob.
I didn't get around to Icewind though.
No, it was only
Neither
Farron.
of your characters were particularly oriented in that way. Vash really didn't seem interested.
No.
He
He
was
wasn't
too
really
depressed.
interested in anybody.
He was interested in the truth and then vengeance. Those were his only lovers.
Yep.
And Arclight was just there to fuck shit up. He was there to.
Yeah, he
gain
was too
power.
busy.
Yeah.
He had a mission.
He was a man of business. But Illumine did.
Yeah, Illuminate and Farron did.
Farron did.
Oh yeah, I forgot about mine.
Yours was our first fade to black. I remember that. I was like,
That's right.
We fade to black here? Are we going to play games where we fade to black? I mean, why not? We're all adults. We can handle it. Like,
Yeah.
There's no reason we shouldn't be able to just, as long as it's tasteful, fade to black. And
It was with 2 other NPCs.
yeah, it was after you guys had rescued that guy from the top of the mountain, and you guys had returned to their home where you'd been given safe refuge, but then Farron stayed with another family, and Cass and Vash went. I think you guys left the whole fucking town. You went to a different town to
Probably.
go fuck shit up as elves, because that's what you did. And Illumine was just sort of there with them in one of the guest rooms, and I think you like poked your head in and went, "I'm cold," and they were like, "Okay, come on over." And you were like this like burning little like ember of warmth, and they were like, "Well, fine, why don't you come?"
I think it was because the first time I tried I failed the charisma.
Something like
And
that.
I was playing a sorcerer, which I should have had charisma in the bag.
Oh man, it's great.
Well-
I love it. It adds a lot of depth to the character, and it brings a really nice, forgive the double entendre, climax to the story of Despair's knowledge and playing.
It really does. I do wonder if it'll be even worse for Des now going into Ravenloft being like, wait a minute. Wait a
I've
minute.
been having the whole time, and now I gotta go fight Strahd and die.
No.
Savid will literally, Savid still being awkward because he has to be, he'll be like, I guess you'll just have to come back, so we'll keep on having sex if that's a motivation.
One more reason
my
to
God.
win, you know?
Oh my god. Any reason. You grab onto every bit of life-affirming happiness you can. I mean, Eris would be down to... Let me actually roll something myself. Hold on. Okay. We've got 2 more nights.
You gonna troll the party or just with the
Yeah.
mask?
No, it'd be the party. That's what I rolled. Is kind of like his fuck it meter, and I rolled a 2.
So I'm
pretty
guessing
fucking on
that's
the
a
fucking meter.
fuck it.
Wait, so is
So-
it fuck it meter or is it fuck it meter? Because I feel like
Yes.
No.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
The second night he would knock on Frere's door, and then the third night once Carter's
Fuck
feeling
it.
better, he'd knock on that door, and
I
guess-
can't believe Cray is just
See
being
who's
left
down.
out. You don't
yeah,
want to fuck
well,
yourself?
I don't really care.
You don't want to fuck yourself?
Not really.
I mean, Freyr would offer if he's into that. If not, then he'd just be like, alright.
He's a man of the world.
Dumas will literally be like, look, here, we'll draw you out a chart so you can hit up everybody. Honestly, I don't think you can get Davian. But if you can get Davian, that's extra points.
Listen. I don't. You can just Oh, you already left Despair and Savids off. I mean,
Extra
then
point.
you've basically created my plan. You've just written it out for me.
No,
I
I think you
appreciate
should definitely try with Savid and Despair. I think Des would be
Yes.
into it.
No,
I don't know about Savid. It's a harder
That's-
sell, but
That's the problem. That's the problem. And we're very
I don't know.
similar.
I think he's kind of into you. I mean, it would be like almost hate fucking, but that's gonna be kind of good sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I like to think that this conversation is they're just like laying on like the couch.
Yep.
Savi or Damas just kind of like in the cradle.
Yep. He's just, this is literally like you guys got it over when we're like, okay, well now the next conquest.
No, I mean it's the final
Yeah.
revise because we'll be leaving at the end of this session, so they'll be
Yeah.
going their own way. We'll be going our own. So this is our last hurrah.
That's true.
It is.
But so okay. Sorry, back to the serious depressive shit.
Yes.
During
During
the day. Well, here's the thing, Des, you are, I'm presuming, for that entire first night, you are not reading any more of the book.
No.
You're also not sleeping. Like,
No.
Is it? It's okay. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I've 8 hours does not need to be all sleeping. You can have 6 hours of sleep. Savid is an elf who trances. They could potentially spend 10 hours in there easy. 4 hours is several. I mean, that's enough. By that point, you're just tired and everything hurts.
no, absolutely. I'm more so saying that, like, because by the time you guys got in, I'm just saying you're not sleeping that night. I'm not saying you're not going to sleep ever.
Yeah, okay.
I'm presuming they will just fall asleep later on in the night, but
Sleeps in late.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be late because you guys got in. It was already dark. Then you had the entire conversation with Davian. Then you had the entire conversation with downstairs on the crates where you guys split the party, and you talked about splitting the party. And then you went out and killed my puppy. And then you came back, and this entire thing happened. So by the time they actually get down to it, it is like 2 a.m. So you're going to sleep, but you're gonna go to sleep like later
wake
in
up
the morning.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just sleep in. We got nothing else to do in the morning.
I will say immediately that just to make it clear, your exhaustion does not go away.
Still doesn't go away.
Okay, still does not go away.
Well, it's not a good sign.
Yeah. It was always a potential.
Death. Unfortunately, your new knowledge does not negate the fact that you wake up, you're like, now I understand, but then you're like, oh fuck, I still have a fucking headache.
I'm kind of tired. And that could be from this, but it could not.
Well, how long does it take him to make a bow? Because if we're gonna be here, he might do them over multiple days, like one night of the bow and then 2 nights of working on Carter's armor to get that fixed for him. That way he doesn't have to take any exhaustions. If they're gonna sleep in, he might as well.
Yeah.
He'll sleep just in the workshop. He'll just curl up under a table with like.
I mean, for the making of the bow, I would say you already have like prepared wood because you're working with things that were used for wine crates, and they actually have a lot of stuff to bend the wood and shape it.
It's just not really the right type of wood, so it kind of
it's not the right type of wood
to get the right treatment. So it will take time, but it's more of like that fine woodworking than it is just carving a bow. He'll probably actually incorporate some like lightweight metals if he can find any. Like he'll thin out some steel really, really thin to give it some extra like strength, because it'll help Savid grow stronger and the bow get stronger.
Sorry, okay, that was you.
Keep going.
It's Earth. It's Earth's message.
All right. Well, I mean, what did Will prepare, huh?
That's a good question.
I would say you would need like a total of, because it's not real life, you would need like a full day to make it without taking any exhaustion. So you can start in the evening, get your stuff prepared, take a long rest, and then continue on it throughout the next day.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just be finishing up the bow the next day. He'll probably get it to the point where he's got it all layered together, and he's got his whatever he's using as glue. It's probably just horse glue, and he's got that set and prepared to get the different layers together in the right way. And then he'll go, okay, sleep time. And he'll just fall asleep in there with the window open so he doesn't, die from...
From fumes.
Yeah, glue, fumes.
Yep.
Oh man, I just read that the Savid, because Carter hit Savid's bow. Did Savid's bow just get fucked in that avalanche?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It totally...
Yep.
He has nothing. He doesn't even have his armor.
Nobody has anything.
Ray got
Not
he got
much.
his,
I'm very proud of that
yeah.
particular turn of events.
I feel bad because Carter also had that oil of sharpness that Cray wanted, and
Yeah.
that's just in the snow.
It's gone
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Probably.
What about the different rings? Because I know Carter gave the ring of Ram to Cray. Does he still have the ring of protection? Can he give that back to Cray, or did that slide off his hand at some point?
What did you roll, a 6?
Yeah, no one took it from him. We didn't take anything from Carter's body when he died. We took the sun sword
Just
because
the
it needed to be
sun sword.
kept safe. But we wrapped Carter entirely. We put the blindfold with the coins over his eyes.
Because really, the only magical items he still had was the cloak of protection and that ring.
I'll give you the ring, honestly. Yeah. Because it's a ring.
Sometime during the second day, probably after dusk, like right after dusk, Eris will flag despair down just for a moment. He won't ask any questions, though he'll know.
They'll know.
Savid has been walking around the most relaxed you have seen him in this entire game. He'll know.
Yeah, he'll know.
Oh, she'll tell you or talk to you at least.
There is one more thing I wanted to give you before you all left, and that was this. And he takes off his necklace, which is his holy symbol of the Raven Queen.
What is it?
This was crafted for me by one of her artisans in the Shadowfell, and is a holy symbol to our queen. It also grants me some minor power to channel her divine presence more each day, as well as a little bit more of her magic for a spell.
Really?
It
I mean,
does.
are you sure you want to give it to me?
I am. She told me to protect you, and I was able to get out of that cave with 3 things. I was looking at Damas when I said it. Damas, that necklace, and my lucky rock. I'm not letting go of my lucky rock.
No, you gotta keep that.
If I got out of there with that, then it was meant for you. It was probably always meant for you.
I mean, if you're sure, then of course I will. And I mean, if I take this and then you have to, she just like tips her head down and takes off her own holy symbol and holds it up to you. Then you have to take this one.
Appreciate it. I will treasure this.
It's a little beat up and might be broken a little bit, but it still works.
It's perfect. Truly. It is yours. Inherent. Thank you. And I do wish you all best of luck. And welcome dead, I guess. Truly dead. For good. Don't let him get back up.
I hope not. It's really all we can do, isn't it? It's just win.
All we can hope for. Also, I'm really happy.
Thank you. It worked out in the end. It was still confusing what you were talking about, but I think that I know more stuff now, and now I just have to practice.
It was a very illuminating night for me as well. I think I need to quell a little bit more curiosity for this adventure. But I wanted to make sure that you got that before you all set out, and that you were aware of what he was capable of doing.
Yeah. What do I add?
It's an amulet of the devout +1. So it increases your spell attacks and DCs by 1. But the bigger thing is it gives you 1 more channeled divinity per day, which is 1 more path to the grave or
Nice.
Sentinel at Death's Door.
Yeah. So
You just have to use a bonus action to change it from the amulet into your channeled divinity. Here, I'll type it.
Yeah. Okay. Can use +1 to spell attacks and saving throw. Does that automatically add
Yeah,
it?
it'll automatically update it when you put it in your inventory. It is attunement, but
I've got space.
I figured
Well,
you had space.
Yeah, at this point, I think we all have space, right?
I mean, I can give up one thing.
Yeah, 'cause I think I'm gonna have Carter pass that ring to Will.
Yeah,
that's smart.
To not die. They kind of became bros in the short time that they were sort of working together, and Carter's gonna really want Will to make sure his family doesn't die out there. So
we'll spend the days kind of chatting and making plans for after. Keep an eye on Carter. See if Zrenhala develops any more for the next few days. And then I guess
does Carter shock anybody in the morning?
I guess then it's up to Carter as to whether or not he goes with the B team or off on his own. I mean, I don't know. Above table, I don't know. Zrenhala's a big wild card, but
does Carter shock anybody in the morning?
Carter still sometimes crackles with electricity when you touch him. And it scares you guys because you expect it to, return to how it was. They are not large shocks, no. Okay. They are just static, essentially, that gathers on him. Not in the morning, just sometimes. Randomly.
I mean, I think that Carter should stay with B team, and Eris can act as his keeper or at least watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Carter
can you can always
see it both ways. So he'll straight up. I'll do whatever everyone thinks is the safest. Because you went through a lot to bring me back, and I would hate to nuke anybody, but I'm also not against backing our boys up.
Yeah. Plus, who knows? Who knows if Strahd is still going to use him as a target?
Okay.
I feel like if you go off by yourself, you're just going to get killed.
And I don't want that either.
No. Jess does need to gather everybody, at least from a team, at some point for a quick moment.
Right night before, or just at any time?
Second day. Let's just so that we're keeping it chronological. Then second day, Strahd has essentially given you 3 days, which means 3 days, and 2 nights. So because you messaged him at night, so Boy, how should we do this?
Starting next day, I assume.
Yeah, the first day.
The first day.
The first day is immediately after the sex.
Yes.
The second day would be the next day, and then the third day, and then the evening is when Strahd will come.
Okay, so she would have gone to everybody on the first day then.
On the first day, okay.
And that would have been
the day
after when.
Yeah,
yes, the day after.
Whenever they actually got up and went around, but that she realized that the exhaustion didn't go away again.
Great. Okay. We need to figure out how to remedy this situation.
Guess we'll just gather over here.
Mm-hmm. You can gather around the dinner table, or you can gather anywhere you want, really. It's up to you.
Probably down with Cray because he's still working.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll pull Freyr. Yeah, but during 1 year break, she'll pull Freyr and Will into your little workroom.
Yeah.
All right. So it's hard to feel bad right now because of reasons, but I do have some bad news. Incredible. So this tiredness that I've been feeling, more than normal tiredness, but it's been there a couple days, and I was hoping that a good night's sleep would fix it, and it didn't. So I don't know what to do with that.
Well, did you get a good night's sleep?
Eventually.
Do you have any magic that can help with that?
Well, here's the thing: is that I do have like the spell that, for all intents and purposes, should fix it, but I don't have what we need to make it work.
What do we need?
We need diamonds.
Ew.
Yeah, and we have none left now. So unless you guys have diamonds that I don't know
of. Surprise diamonds.
Maybe. You can always hope.
Afraid I don't.
The only treasure I can think of that wasn't thoroughly looted by us and put into my bag was the treasure in the Amber Temple. Mainly because the first pile that we touched of it tried to eat us, so we didn't really want to touch more of it than we did, because we didn't know what was going to eat us. But there were gems there. But I don't think we could get there in time.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to go anywhere extreme. I don't even know if we have enough time to go anywhere not extreme. But, so I mean, if this is what it is, then this is what it is. The question, I guess, really is, there's more to the book that I haven't finished. And I mean, I feel like this is what caused it in the first place. But do I keep reading? Do I keep going? Do I finish it?
I kind of want to say no if it's causing you problems.
I also want to say no. I'd rather have you as close to peak condition as we can get.
I mean, do you think this information is more important than me being fit? Because I can.
Probably not. I mean, if we're about to basically have our final confrontation with him, we don't really need you, like,
getting
underperforming.
weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The things the book can provide, I don't think are offset by your physical state. So I would rather have everyone in best condition as possible.
Okay. If you're sure, if you don't think that there's something in there that might turn the tide in a bigger way than I could provide, even.
I'm sure that tome holds all manner of secrets, but I agree. That's not when you have power. I mean, you're already tired and having
Little
trouble,
bit.
staying focused on what's the next. I've been there. Usually it's just a night's sleep, wipes the sleepies from your eyes, but this is magic.
Yeah, I've given it a couple days now, and it doesn't seem to be going away. I guess.
After you read a good amount of the book.
I think so. Maybe like there might be like a third of it left or so. Not done or not close to, but somewhat. I mean, I have another question then also if you think that the answer is no.
What's the follow-up? Let's see if it changes anything.
Do I use remove curse to sever the connection from the book? Because there is a connection.
I wonder if that
we knew there would be.
I
don't know.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't hurt to try, being that this is what, day 2? We have one more day, so if it works, great. If it doesn't, we have another day to kind of figure out where to go from there.
I mean, it did give me some spells that might be helpful, and I don't know if I would lose that.
Probably would, but if you lose that, then you'd probably also lose whatever's causing this exhaustion.
Maybe? I don't know.
Des, I've been telling you since the moment you set foot in here and have second-guessed a lot of your decisions, you don't need that to be powerful. You got it. You got it. It's all right there. Your power. So I say remove the curse. Get rid of it.
Okay.
As you would say just to me.
Probably. I mean, but at this point, like, don't we need everything we can get?
At this point, the things that we needed the most are lost. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and that is taking more of a toll than we're willing to pay the price for. If we had access to the resources to help heal you, then it'd be another thing entirely. But
yeah,
unless one of our new friends has a diamond shoved up his ass, I can't imagine.
Probably not. I mean, we could ask Davian. We haven't asked, I guess, but that seems like a lot to ask from him.
A diamond like that would be the size of something on a wedding ring. It's similar.
Maybe he has.
Need to be big. It just needs to be refined and it needs to be clear so that I can grind it down to nice dust. He might.
Maybe he has an old wedding ring.
If anyone should ask, it should be you. I've thought about it, but I mean, you have the rapport. If you can get diamonds from him, then, or even just something small, I can probably get enough dust for one. And if that's the case, maybe. But I still agree that what knowledge we gain is the valuable part of this book. The spells and the power and all of that it gains you, you said that it hurts to kind of use. That's not break the curse. Say no to that,
Okay.
just like you tell me.
Okay. Maybe stay here while I do it in case something bad happens.
Sure, I got
I
it.
don't know what's gonna happen.
Actually, wait. Are you gonna go talk to Davian, or are you gonna try to
No,
remove
I
it
mean
now?
just to remove it.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. Say go for it. Hold on, and he'll kind of run over to his table and he'll grab his swords. They're heavy. Oh, just a second. He'll buckle them onto his armor. Alright, now we're good.
Yep. As Craig gets back, Will's just gonna drag an arrow across his palm and go ahead and get his right running.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Hey, a perfect heal.
Alright. Okay. And she'll just sit down right here on the floor, surrounded by everybody else, and take the book out and set it on the floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to remove curse to break the attunement.
Okay. Sorry. My roll 20 is being a butt.
Yeah, suddenly all my spells
Has
like
been.
fucked up for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
That
just
was
got
weird.
really weird out of nowhere for me. Like my hit dice, for whatever reason, doubled.
Oh yeah, that happened to
Interesting.
me.
Suddenly everything exploded.
That wasn't me.
Interesting.
Yes.
This is what happens when we try to break the curse with the book.
That is, yes.
Strahd's like, no.
Okay.
You're not allowed.
All right. Des, can you roll me a wisdom check, please? I would say it will be a disadvantage because you're technically exhausted.
Yeah, everything's been a
You
disadvantage.
are. Oof. What should I do? It's not going to be the same as.
Is it a check or a save? Because I don't have disadvantage on saves, and I have a higher number, but...
No, it's a check because you're essentially
Okay.
fighting against the book's own magic potency. It is a very evil and very cursed item.
Can we help? Because now Will's weapon and arrows are radiant. Could he like press a radiant arrow to try to
threaten the
like
book?
onto the book? Like put it on the book. Just like try and lessen some of that evil influence to help her.
You go with this, Des.
I would say in this case, because she's the one casting the spell and the book doesn't actually have an... It's weird. Book doesn't actually have an awareness. It is its own weird thing, but it's a good idea. But you still rolled a, 15? Without the disadvantage?
Okay. Yes.
Flash of
15
Genius?
with disadvantage. And then
Okay,
I guess possibly...
+4? Okay.
Yep.
4 to 19.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna open up your character sheet for a second. I have to see something really quick. And I hope that Roll20 lets me do this.
Broken shit that suddenly
Oh,
appeared.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay,
Yeah, I don't
see
know what happened. It just suddenly did that.
Yikes. Okay, wait. Sorry, I have to... Oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
I just noticed it doubled. I have 2 longbows now for some reason.
Weird.
How did it happen?
I don't know. I was literally on the spell page, and before I even like went to change my spells, it just like suddenly threw a bunch of empty spells. Oops.
No, sorry. I'm just doing a little bit of math really quick. Please don't mind me.
That's fine.
I
Maybe
mean, I
make
knew that this
better
was...
sounds, but
Me make better sounds?
Yes, so that I feel less concerned.
Okay. Okay. Oh no. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not.
Better sounds.
Look, I had a plan. I knew that this could happen. And honestly,
all your plans.
You know what? I'm really glad that you're doing this now, and you will know why in a second.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's great. Only positive things.
Only positive things. Okay.
This is Barovia after all.
You begin to cast. Your friends are there helping you. And I will say that yes, with Will threatening the book gently, and the extra for the flash of genius.
Which we could just call the mechanical benefit from Will threatening. Strahd just offers a gentle word of advice to just trust yourself.
I'm just gonna prepare an Eldritch Blast in case something pops out.
And if something pops out, you're surrounded by people you trust, Des, and you feel relatively confident that you can do this. As you push your hands into the book and begin to cast the Remove Curse spell, you feel suddenly very physically the chains that bind you to it. Instead of casting, you know your hands are moving and you can see them moving before your face as you're doing this, somatic components. But you also feel as though somebody has literally stuck you to a wad of sticky goop. And you are just almost entirely being consumed by it. And you begin to try to tear away at it, and it's just pulling back at you. It's this weird viscous fluid that you can't see, you can only feel. And you begin to tear away at it, and you call upon the Raven Queen to finally end this, to finally rip you out of whatever this is that you've gotten your hands on. And you feel pain in your gut, and then in your hands, and then in your neck. And all of your friends around you see you begin to bleed. Now, this is something that you've never actually seen happen because Des has never used one of the spells that require her to sacrifice a hit die in order to cast it.
Not
but
yet.
if she ever would have, you would have seen her skin split open as if somebody had taken a set of teeth and ripped into her. It seems relatively random, but these wounds open on their own. Des, just for clarity's sake, you completed all of Strahd's spellbook. That's 5 hit dice, plus 4 hit dice, plus 3 hit dice, plus 2 hit dice, plus 1 hit dice. That is, if I'm doing the math correctly, 15 hit dice. So that is 15d8 that I need you to roll.
That's fine.
That's fine. You can survive that. You took a bigger hit the other day.
Unless I rolled good.
You rolled really good.
I rolled pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's still.
Oh boy.
It's a lot of damage.
She just screams.
It is very good that you did this when you were at full HP and surrounded by friends. Just say that.
Yep. That was the point.
Yeah, I think that's a bad book. I think that book should probably never have gone away.
And as you pull away, you feel all of that power begin to snap bit by bit. It hurts. It feels like you are literally tearing off parts of yourself as you are separating yourself from this entity, or not even an entity, this weird construct of a journal. And the memories that you have been playing over and over in your head, trying to ascertain, okay, where is this? What is this? They too begin to tear themselves from you. Things that you are certain you've seen with your own eyes begin to become blurry. And then as if something is just smearing them across the screen of your mind, just dissipate into essentially only remnants, only ghosts of what you've experienced. But as you gasp yourself awake, you're laying on the ground. You are bleeding all over the place. It hurts, but you feel at the same time as if a hand which had been resting on your neck is no longer there.
As soon as you started just rupturing blood like something out of a Dracula movie, he would have immediately started casting spells.
But as you come back from the casting, from whatever has happened, you are on the floor and the book is slightly kicked away from you with the potency of the magic and is laying dormant on the edge of this loft that you've placed yourself at.
Kind of crouch down. Des, you alright? Are you in there or the book right in your meat?
Ow.
Sounds like Des.
I hurt. A lot.
Look, I mean, that's... Here, hold on.
That was a lot of blood.
That was quite a bit of blood. Let's see if we can get some of that back in you. Oh, not as much as I'd like. More. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this. This thing's new. Had it for a while.
It's okay. It
Use it.
feels a little bit better.
Like, it was unpleasant.
But I think it worked. Oh.
Well, let's get you here. Why don't I get you a hot bath so you can take something to clean these wounds? He looks at Will. Which one get Savid? That way, you know, she's got comfort. And yeah, we'll get you taken care of. Come on.
All she can do is just like hold her hands up so that you can pick her up.
Yeah, you're just a mess.
I'll help as
That was
well.
brutal.
That was you just been devoured by like a mess.
As you are dragged back into the room where Savid is, yeah, you can take off the hit dice spells.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll as we leave the room though, she will like look up a little bit and just still keep it with us. Don't leave it on the floor.
Yeah, Will had already walked over and
Okay.
picked it up for you.
Good.
Right. Get Des a bath, and I think that pretty much sums up probably the first day.
Yeah.
Take a bath.
Probably.
Savid will freak the fuck out when he sees. He's just like, "What? You were out there for 10 minutes? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
You were
Did
gone
something-
for 2 minutes.
But yes, you can remove that. And then I'm presuming nobody else is reading the book, in which case? Unless you want to, by all means, read the book.
No, not particularly. Though, while Des is taking her bath, the Cray will knock on Davian's door.
Okay, yeah. David will come back out and be like, yeah, okay. Yes, my boy. What is it?
I got just a question for you, and I'm sorry for it. It's an impolite question.
Well,
I've
these
asked
are
this-
impolite times.
I've
To
had
be
to ask
fair.
this question far more times than I would like. Do you have anything with diamonds in it? It doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be a lot. I need to be able to grind them down for spell components. And if you have anything, even just a wedding ring, it could mean the difference of life and death against him.
Davian kind of looks down, thinks about it for a moment, pats his pockets, and goes, well, it's not much, but give me a moment. And he goes over to the desk drawer and he searches around it for a while. You see him reach in under and click some sort of secret compartment open. And then he begins to slowly unwrap it. Something that is inside of a very nice velvet cloth. He comes back over to you and he goes, I am somewhat familiar with the need for such things for spellcasting, but I'm afraid that the only thing I have is this. This was my it's my late wife's ring, but it is a diamond, though I cannot say if it's enough for your needs.
Can Cray gauge whether it would be worth 100 gold in spell components?
Go ahead and roll me an int, an appraisal.
An int.
Int appraisal.
An investigation appraisal?
Just int.
Nice.
No.
Every time, guys. Every time I try to do something smart. Every time.
Yep.
Well, I just don't know how much it's going to be worth.
I mean, you probably won't know until you examine it.
He was a member of the Artisans Guild for jewelry making. This is what he did. He made rings.
Fair enough. Roll with advantage. Roll again.
Okay. All right. Double ones, and I will own the fact that he just knows nothing about this shit. But this is 14.
Okay. I'll give you that. For a second, you're like, is this even a diamond? Shit, I can't say that in front of him.
Often, but he was a member of the Lawton Tinkers Guild, and he made, like, all of his shit is built into rings and trinkets and small bits of jewelry.
Right. This is indeed a diamond. It is not 100 gold. It is, you would say, somewhere in the ballpark of like 70 or 80.
This gets us really close, and the smallest bit couldn't get us over the distance, so I will hold on to it, and if we make it through, I will return it to you, and if we don't, know that was sacrificed in the hopes that we could free everything here. Everyone. Every being.
Trust me, you don't have to justify it to me. Boy, I'm more than aware of what's on the line here. I'm just sorry I don't have more to give you.
That's fair. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've given me. Trust me, just being able to feel like an adult and not in my jammies.
Well, we all have to be in our jammies sometime.
Hopefully I never wear those again. They were so young. Anyway, have a great night. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Sure.
Alright, well, if you want, we can pick up third day or second day.
Second day, okay.
Aurora just messaged.
Yeah, he has to go. I'm just making a
I mean,
thing.
we could see if there's anything you wanted to do, and then we could hold off to do that when we pick up next week or next time, or we could call it, or we could just keep going and just get through till the leaving.
There isn't anything specific.
I figured. I mean, Freya's just sort of tangential right now, unless you wanted to do something with Flora.
Yeah, so there isn't anything specific. I mean, if there's anything that he can help with, anything that he can do, he'll do or try to the best of his abilities, but other than that, there really isn't much for him to do.
Okay.
If you don't mind, we might just go for a little bit longer, get through the 3 days, and get to dusk, see where we pick up there.
And I won't have that recorded because I'm going to be turning off my computer, so...
Yeah, that's fair. There'll probably be more preparations. We won't go to Ravenloft without you.
Okay.
We won't leave here without you, so no worries there. We'll catch you next time.
Alright then.
Peace.
Bye.